The Sacrifice of Gheneka. In a small village called Ajohi, there lived a poor couple named Mr. and Mrs. Ifedeli. They lived in a small mud hut with their 4 children. Their first child was a girl named Gheneka. After her came Obina, then Emmanuel, and finally little Kizaram, the youngest child and the second daughter. Life was not easy for the family. They did not have much money, but they loved one another and did their best to survive. The children attended the local public primary school, and their parents worked hard to provide food for the family. Mr. Ifedeli earned a living by tapping palm wine from tall palm trees. Every morning, he would climb the trees with great care. One unfortunate day, while tapping palm wine, he slipped and fell from a very high tree. He landed heavily on the ground and badly injured his waist. From that day, everything changed. Mr. Ifedeli could no longer walk. He became bedridden and spent most of his time lying on a mat inside the hut. The family lost their only source of income. As the eldest child, Gheneka knew she had to help. Though she loved school, she sadly dropped out. Every day, she followed her mother to the market, carrying baskets of oranges, bananas, mangoes, and other fruits to sell. She worked hard under the hot sun just to help feed the family. Years passed, and the family's struggles continued. One day, a distant relative visited Euphuma. After hearing about their difficulties, he told Gheneka about a job opportunity in the United Kingdom. It sounded like a dream. After many preparations, Gheneka traveled to the UK. Life there was not easy. She worked very hard. She cleaned streets, washed dishes, cleaned houses, and took on any honest job she could find. Sometimes she worked day and night without enough rest. But she never complained. Every month, she sent money home to her family. She paid her siblings' school fees. She sent money for food, clothing, and medicine for her parents. She also sent money to build a better house and asked her brothers and sister to start a small business for her in the village. For 14 years, Gheneka worked tirelessly. Eventually, she became tired and decided it was time to return home and enjoy the fruits of her hard work. The day she arrived in Nigeria, she called her brother Obina from the airport and asked him to come and pick her up. "I'll be waiting," she said happily. She waited. And waited. And waited. But Obina never came. As evening approached, Gheneka hired a taxi and made her way to Euphuma. It was difficult because many things had changed since she left. After a long journey, she finally arrived at the village after dark. When she reached her family's compound, her heart nearly stopped. Nothing had changed. The old hut was still standing exactly as she had left it years ago. There was no new house. No business. No sign of the progress she had worked so hard to achieve. Confused and tired, she spent the night there. The next morning, she called all her siblings together. When they arrived, she asked them many questions. "What happened to the money I sent?" Her siblings looked at one another. "It wasn't enough," they replied. Gheneka was shocked. Then she asked, "Where are father and mother?" Her siblings lowered their heads. "They died years ago," they answered. Gheneka burst into tears. "What? Why didn't anyone tell me?" One of them shrugged. "You never cared. All you cared about was money. You stayed in the UK for years and never came home." Their words pierced her heart. With tears rolling down her cheeks, she asked about the business she had paid for. "There is no business," they answered. "What about the house?" "There is no house." Gheneka realized that all the money she had sent had been wasted. Her siblings soon left and returned to their own houses they had built for themselves using the money she had worked so hard to earn. That night, Gheneka cried herself to sleep. The next day, a kind neighbor's daughter named Amochi lent her a cell phone. Gheneka used it to call her former boss in the UK. She explained everything that had happened. "My family used everything I worked for," she said sadly. "I have no money left. If you help me return to the UK, I promise I will work hard and repay you." Her boss felt sorry for her. After thinking about it, he agreed to help. He bought her a flight ticket and arranged for her to return to the UK. Gheneka was grateful. When she arrived back in the UK, she started working again. This time, she was wiser. She no longer sent all her money home. Instead, she saved carefully and invested in herself. She learned new skills, started small businesses, and worked harder than ever before. Years passed. Slowly, her life changed. The poor village girl from Euphuma became a successful businesswoman. She owned companies, employed workers, and earned the respect of many people. Her name became known in different cities across the UK. At last, all her hard work began to pay off. Gheneka had learned an important lesson: kindness is good, but wisdom is just as important. And from that day forward, she never allowed anyone to take advantage of her sacrifices again.